He has a lot to contribute. He has a lot of solutions and ideas. If you ask him about the budget, his idea to fix the budget and the deficit is very simple: close the borders. If you ask him about education, again, he's a very deep thinker: close the borders. So again, he's got a lot of great solutions, and I can hardly wait to hear what he has to say. So please welcome Tom Tancredo.
Well, she said it all. Well, let's see. Down in the West Texas town of El Paso. Do you know the rest of the words? Carl, that was the best sheriff's speech I've ever heard. Yeah. Where is it? Yeah. That was just great. Congressman King said exactly the same thing. It was great. I've had some really wonderful. You reminded me of a number of things when you were speaking there. Not the least of which was a great opportunity I had to be on the border with a guy by the name of Sheriff Arvin West, Hudspeth County, Texas. And Hudspeth County is probably about as big as half the state of Colorado. And it's right on the border. We were driving along in his car. He had a 30-30, open sight 30-30 sitting next to us, in between us here, I guess. And we had a couple of deputies following us in a pickup truck, and we were right along the border, and the sheriff kept saying to me, look at, right, here's where they came through the other day, here's where they drive their trucks through, this is called something something crossing because there's so many people coming across. It's not on the map like that, it's just what we call it down here because so many people are coming across. And they've had horrible problems down there, huge, huge county. He's a great guy. While we're driving, though, I looked up to the right, and I saw a coyote running along the hill, along the side of the hill, and I said, Sheriff, look, there's a coyote up there. And he goes, yeah, he said, they've been taking a lot of this guy's calves. They're just calving. So I said, well, we've got this solution here. It's in between us. So he goes, are you kidding? I said, no, I'm not kidding. So he stops the car. I get out, start blasting away at this thing. The two deputies, they got the glasses on. This thing is now, I'm not kidding, this is not a fish store. This was 300 yards if it was a foot. And now it's running like hell because somebody's shooting at it. And so the deputies go, you're high, Congressman, you're high. So I brought it down a little bit, and boom! All I can see, because now it's 400 yards, all I can see is a lot of dust, you know, and spinning around. And they're going, yeah, and everybody jumps up, and we're all high-fiving, get out of the car, everybody's high-fiving, and this congressman comes from Colorado, you should say, you know, and so it was just this great day. And I got home that night, I was calling my wife, she said, how'd your day go? I said, oh, God, it was great. I shot a coyote. Now, for those of you that don't understand the humor there, you have to understand that there's this term we apply to people who smuggle people into the United States on the southern border called coyotes. And she goes, you what? You what? I said, no, four-legged. So I get to my office a couple of weeks later, and I get in my office, and a couple of weeks later, kid walks over to me from our front desk, and he says, hey, they just called from the mail room. At that time, you know, we had all this problem with, well, they still do, with people mailing anthrax and various things. So all your so I'll tell you right now, save your anthrax, you know what I mean? Because it gets all scanned before it gets to the congressman. But, so they call up and says, the kid says to me, comes in and goes, Congressman, they just called from the mail room. They want to know, are you expecting any animal parts? And I said, no, I don't think so. Well, send him up. What the heck? So I sent him up, opened this thing up. Sure enough, a couple of coyote ears in this little box, you know, shadow box thing, and I got a letter with it. It says, this is to attest that on January something or other, Congressman Tom Tancredo killed this coyote with a 400-yard running shot with an open sight 30-30. And we have now made him the honorary predator control officer of Hudspeth County, Texas. Oh, guy, it was great. So I have it up on my wall. You know, I still have it. It's up on the wall. And of course, one day these people from PETA come in to lobby me. Oh, yeah, that turned into a really... Anyway, that's all beside the point here. I just thought of all this because of the sheriff's comment. And I got to tell you, Nancy, Lou, I do not know how to express my thanks to you for doing this, for getting this all pulled together. My God, folks, think of what we'd given if we'd given them 3 days. We'd have had to meet in the auditorium downtown, you know. This is incredible. And again, man, I cannot thank you both enough. You're absolutely wonderful. Dedicated Americans. Steve and I were down in Colorado, in Phoenix, Arizona, last weekend. The weekend before that, I was there. We had several rallies. They were both great events, and I was happy to be there to bring the people in Arizona the thanks of many thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people in Colorado who I know believe that they did exactly the right thing and want to give them credit for doing so. And I was representing, I mean, I wasn't personally representing it, but I told them there are millions of people. You know, I know that John F. Kennedy got famous for saying, you know, I am a Berliner when he was talking in Berlin, and Berlin was under siege. And I said to them, I know that there are millions of Americans today who want to tell you they are today an Arizonan.